Welcome into Progressive Field here in downtown Cleveland on Hall of Fame induction night. Beautiful ceremony before the ball game as former Indians owners Bill Veeck, Dick Jacobs, former Indians players Wes Ferrell, and Sandy Alomar Jr. inducted into the Cleveland Indians Hall of Fame. And a very nice ceremony before the ball game. Also tonight, both teams will be wearing the throwback Negro League uniforms as we pay tribute to the Negro League history. There's Sudden Sam McDowell, and Andre Thornton, your former teammate.
Right.
Rapid Robert. Charlie Nagy unveiling the plaque of Wes Ferrell. And, of course, the evening highlighted by Sandy Alomar. What a rousing tribute to Sandy Alomar as he walked in from the bullpen in center field. This crowd on its feet cheering Sandy Alomar for
well-deserved.
His services in a Cleveland Indians uniform. Well-deserved indeed. And then Sandy took a lap in the convertible Mustang, soaking up all the adulation from the crowd here tonight. And now it's down to business. Baseball here at Progressive Field. Jeremy Sowers on the mound tonight for the Indians, making his warm-up tosses, and we'll get a look at the starting nine for Jim Leland's club. Curtis Granderson once again leading it off, then Placido Polanco, followed by Maglio Ordonez, who starts tonight in right field. Miguel Cabrera, Marcus Timms, and Ryan Rayburn starting in left. Brandon Inge at third, Dusty Ryan behind the plate tonight, and Adam Everett starts at shortstop, batting ninth.
Making start number 12 is Jeremy Sowers. He is 3-7, a .515 earned run average. Coming off a start against the Mariners where he went 7 innings, 4 hits, did not allow a run. He walked 2, struck out 2, and got win number 3. This is his first start against the Tigers this year, and he is 2-3 in his career. His last start came September 20th of last year here in Cleveland. He beat the Tigers and Verlander. Let's check out the defense behind Jeremy Sowers, brought to you by the Indians Team Shop at the Great Lakes Mall in Menor. It is Crow in left, Sizemore in center, Chu is in right, Peralta at third, Cabrera at short, Carroll is at second, Jimenez at first tonight, and Torriegas is behind the plate, making his first start.
All right, umpiring crew tonight, Chris Guccione calling the balls and strikes, Mike Winters at first, Jerry Lane at second, and Tony Randazzo down at third. So we're ready to go as Curtis Granderson steps in to get things underway. Granderson 1 for 6 in last night's 13-inning affair. And that's always important to try and keep him off the bases. Jeremy Sowers' first pitch is up high for ball 1.
You know, here's a guy, Matt, that has 20 leadoff home runs. We talk about how good Grady is. They're both tied. They both have 20 leadoff home runs.
Jamie Carroll throws out Granderson one away here in the first. And Granderson and Sizemore, really the creme de la creme of center fielders and leadoff hitters. They do it in different ways, but both exciting players to watch. Here's Placido Polanco. He was 3 for 7 in last night's game. And Sowers goes right at him with the first pitch strike. .79 degrees our game time temperature, and the clouds have really rolled into downtown Cleveland. It was really gorgeous all day long, but just about half an hour before game time, cloud cover overhead. So overcast skies as we start tonight, and the breeze blowing out toward right center field. Here's the 0-2 to Polanco. Up high with it. And Sowers with a 1-2 now. Couldn't get him to chase.
This is a tough guy to get to Chase out of the zone. He's right on the plate. He chokes up. There's not much bat to get in on. You can see it's not a very long bat to begin with, but he's already up on it 2 or 3 inches. So he waits on the baseball very well.
And now the 2-2. Bouncer to third. Johnny Peralta slings it over. 2 outs. That'll bring up Tigers right fielder Maglio Ordonez. Wyatt Torregas behind the plate tonight, making his major league debut, and really I think a smart move because Torregas has obviously worked a lot with Jeremy Sowers at AAA Columbus, so there's a familiarity there between the two of them, working as the battery combination. Ball 1 to Ordonez. Torregas, 26 years old, a former 24th round pick of the Indians back in 2004. In the air, right field. Back goes Chu. And just in front of the warning track, pulls it in. Tigers go 1-2-3. And now as Drupal Cabrera swinging a hot bat will lead the Indians when we come back. All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup tonight for Eric Wedge and the Cleveland Indians. It's brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Brady Sizemore is Drupal Cabrera and Shin-Soo Choo. Then it's Peralta, Hafner, and Jimenez, followed by Jamie Carroll, Trevor Crow, and Wyatt Torregas. Crow coming off a career night, batting in the number 8 spot. Brady Sizemore was 2 for 5 in last night's game. And Rick Porcello delivers a first pitch strike. Missed inside with that pitch. And Grady fouls it back, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Porcello made his major league debut April 9th when the Tigers were in Toronto. He was 20 years, 3 months, and 13 days, becoming the youngest Tiger to start a game in his major league debut since Bruce Robbins back in 1979.
Well, and he's hung in this rotation all year long. They do not let him throw 100 pitches in a game. He's yet to throw 100.
Yeah.
In any game this year.
Been up to 99, but you're right. They keep a close eye on him.
And he's gone 6 straight starts without a start lasting 6 innings.
Now the 2-2. Up high, full count. Sometimes it's difficult for a contending club to carry a guy into starting rotation when they can't push him. But the Tigers have been able to manage.
Yes, they have. And, with Washburn, this should take some pressure off this kid with the acquisition of Jared Washburn. They could push him back a little bit.
3-2 fouled away.
He was the first-round pick, the 27th overall taken in the 2007 draft. So it was a quick rise. Right-handers hitting 256 off him, while lefties are hitting 313.
And the payoff. Again fouled away.
This is the one thing they did to Edwin Jackson last night. Where early they were fouling off a lot of fastballs. Jackson had over 90 pitches the first 3 innings.
Jackson just didn't seem like he could command anything off speed. It was just fastball. And they were able to foul a number of those pitches off. And Grady Sizemore with a good at-bat to start the game. Draws a walk to start the ball game. Let's take a look at our great clip of the game from yesterday. 2 batters in, as Drupal Cabrera tied the game at 2.
I really think that turned a lot of the momentum around for Fausto Carmona because he had given up 2 in the top half of that inning. That home run got him right back to even, and it seemed to settle him down.
Relax, you're at Great Clips. Well, here is Drupal Cabrera. Wound up last night 2 for 7. And a swing and a miss. Porcello has now made 9 pitches. And that's how many pitches it took Sowers to retire the Tigers 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. And we'll see if Grady Sizemore maybe wants to try and test the arm of Dusty Ryan.
Well, the Tigers have done a good job at throwing guys out. He is going to test them. We'll see. Gets it easy.
He sure did. Ryan 1 hop to throw in there, but Sizemore able to beat it out for his 10th stolen base of the year.
He had a pretty good jump. There goes Grady off and running, and Cabrera taking the strike, but he fakes the bunt in that short hop. Tough play for them, but the Tigers catchers have combined to throw out 35% of the runners this year. That's second best in the league.
So now a runner in scoring position. 1-2 pitch and a swing and a miss.
Well, that's the 5th time he has struck out in this series in the first 2 games.
And it seems like every time they're able to get him to chase a pitch out of the strike zone.
That's exactly right. High and out of the strike zone. Let's set the Tigers defense for you. Rayburn, Granderson, Ordonez in the outfield. Inge, Everett, Polanco, Cabrera on the infield with Ryan Ketchum.
I don't know if that's him being overly aggressive.
It might be. 3 times last night I remember high fastballs that were balls, and then the other time he swung at a pitch out of the strike zone that was in the dirt. So he's starting to expand his own strike zone is what's happening.
Chu grounds 1 to first. Cabrera kicks it. And Chu is going to be safe at first. Into third goes Sizemore. Cabrera had it go right through the wickets. And on the air, Indians at the corners and still only 1 out.
That's just a routine ground ball. You grab it and you step on first base. He just never stayed down. That ball came up and hit him in the bare hand. So bad play by Cabrera. The Indians will definitely take the error. They have first and third and just 1 out. And he realized once I didn't catch it to begin with, he wasn't going to get Chu going down the line.
Not once it rolled behind him, you're right. So here is a chance for Johnny Peralta to put the Indians in front. And Peralta looks at a first pitch strike. He was 3 for 7 in last night's game with a double, and he scored the game winner in the 13th inning.
Well, one thing you don't want to do with a young pitcher, especially early in a ball game, you don't want to give extra outs because Porcello has been struggling anyway in his last 4 starts. He's 1-3 in an ERA of over 9. 30 hits in 18 2/3 innings. So the more outs you give him, the better chance they have of getting on the board first.
Toss over. He seems to be concerned that Chu might take off, and Chu has 15 stolen bases. He has a good lead at first, where he's held by Cabrera. Holds here, and a line drive base hit into center field. That scores Grady Sizemore, and the Indians grab a 1-0 lead. For Peralta, his 54th run batted in on the year.
Boy, he has been driving in the runs at a record clip. He's got 16 RBIs now in the second half. So Peralta 54 on the year. The Indians will take the early 1-0 lead. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. A little two-seam fastball. Puts the inside-out stroke on him, and the Indians take the early lead.
Yeah, 16 runs batted in for Peralta over this now his last 10 games played. And Travis Hafner will try to keep the train rolling here in the first with runners at first and second and still only one out.
So the walk, the stolen base, the error. That was the first hit for the Indians.
Takes a strike. Hafner 1 for 4 last night. Hafner came out when Jamie Carroll went into pinch run for him, and then Carroll ended up with the game-winning hit in the 13th inning. Big chopper. Everett gets a second for one. The relay in time. Inning-ending double play. But the Indians get on the board first tonight. They lead it 1-0 after an inning of play. Airline of the Cleveland Indians, Continental Airlines, work hard, fly right. By McCafe Coffees at McDonald's, all made to order with fresh ground espresso beans. And by All Care Dental and Dentures, we make seeing the dentist easy. Miguel Cabrera leads off the second inning for Detroit, takes a strike. Cabrera went 2 for 6 in the game last night for Detroit. It's a slicing foul out of play down the right side, 0-2. The 0-2 up high. Cabrera has managed to maintain a pretty good hot spell over his last 38 games. He's batting .353. 10 doubles, 9 homers. He's driven in only 18, though, during that time.
Well, he's one of the few power hitters, Matt, that can maintain a high average because he goes to right field like that. That pitch was inside.
Flies out to right, one away. Well, before the ballgame today, the Indians made some roster moves. They just acquired Justin Masterson, was added to the roster. Jensen Lewis gets the call back from AAA Columbus, and the Indians say goodbye to right-hander Winston Abreu and lefty Mike Gosling. Well, the Indians add a pair to the bullpen, and we've seen Masterson in the past. He is a good right-hander. He's got a, I don't know if you'd call it a sidearm delivery, but more maybe a three-quarters arm delivery. Gets good movement on his pitches, and
he's a big guy.
Rush it up
hard.
there, yeah. Marcus Thames looks at a ball outside, 2-0. Timms is 0 for 6 in the series, 0 for his last 7 overall. And now he's 3-0 with 1 out here in the second inning. Tim's taken all the way, looks at strike 1. Three-one pitch. Oh, boy, that looked pretty good, but it's called ball 4, and Timms goes to first. Talked about the newest member of the Cleveland Indians, Justin Masterson, who comes over from the Boston Red Sox. He's a native of Beaver Creek, Ohio.
It's really neat to come to be a part of, a rebuilding in a sense, and then hopefully it won't take too long. But it's just different. It's more the fact that, had a lot of firsts with Boston, and, first time being traded, there's a little sentimental value from, who gave you your first start. And so that's more what it is. And, an added bonus that they've always, been a perennial contender. But like I said, it's different, but I think it's going to end up being a great thing.
So Justin Masterson, like Victor Martinez, traded for the first time in his career. And
he did make a start against the Indians this year, too. When we were in Boston, I think one of the first games we were there, we only played a 2-game series.
Bunts it straight up in the air. Sowers makes a nice grab. Timms holds it first, 2 down. So with 2 down and a runner at first, Brandon Inge will be the batter. Looked like he was trying to bunt that down the third baseline, and he just bunted it straight up in the air. Brandon Inge, 2 for 6 last night with a double. And Sowers fires a strike in there to get ahead. Bullet foul third base side. And the count quickly 0-2. Tigers lead in the AL Central down to a game and a half after their loss last night. White Sox lurking, having won 2 straight, and then the Twins are only 2 games off the pace in third in the AL Central. Then the Indians and Royals.
Well, the one thing the Tigers have not done very well is play well on the road. They're 10 games back. They're 22 and 32 on the road.
That's the same record as the Indians on the road. Now, they have been terrific at home, going 31 and 16, but I would think you'd have to get that road mark a little closer to 500. Feel better about yourself because you still had a ton of road games left. The 1-2 pitch to Inge just missed inside.
They've also struggled against the American League East. They're 4 and 13, where the Indians have held their own. They're 14 and 15. They've got one more trip to Boston for a 4-game series. Oh, well, and then we got Baltimore. We haven't played Baltimore yet.
The 2-2 fouled out of play by Inge. Eric Wedge and the Indians will get plenty of looks at Detroit between now and the end of the year. Still have 3 games in Detroit and a 3-gamer here in Cleveland in September. The 2-2 pitch. In the air, shallow right. Coming in is Chu. And the inning is over. So 2 good innings of work under the belt of Jeremy Sowers, and the Indians have a 1-0 lead. of the bottom of the second inning here at Progressive Field. Bob Feller on hand for the Cleveland Indians Hall of Fame inductions tonight of Sandy Alomar, Wes Farrell, Dick Jacobs, and Bill Veeck. Chris Jimenez leading it off, then Jamie Carroll and Trevor Crowe. Jimenez 1 for 4 with a double in last night's game. Bouncer to third. Inge slings it over, 1 out. And there's a look at the Alltel text poll question of the game. Which player in the Lee Martinez trades excites you the most? There's the list. Text your answer to 31962, and we'll have the results coming up later in the ballgame. Here's Jamie Carroll, 1 for 2 last night. As I mentioned, Carroll came on as a pinch runner and then wound up with the game-winning hit in the 13th inning when he banged a single just inside the bag at first, scoring Johnny Peralta. Takes a strike, 1-1. Boy, Kansas City struggles continue. They lose to Tampa 7-1 again. The Royals drop 4 straight. There's a bouncer to third. And again, Inge makes the play, 2 down. Hey, you can save 70 to 81% off jewelry right now during the overstock sale at Alvin's, your Cleveland family jeweler since 1931. Thousands of items, rings, earrings, pendants, diamond, and gold, all up to 81% off. Find sale dates and locations at alvinsjewelers.com. Strike to the inside corner as Trevor Crowe steps in. 3 for 6 last night with a triple, the first of his career. Fouled back quickly, 0-2 the count. Rick Porcello gunning for his 10th win on the year. Indians with the early 1-0 lead. 2 down, bases empty, bottom of the second. Chopper off the plate. Porcello waiting for it to come down, and a quick throw gets him. Indians go in order. And through 2, it's Cleveland 1, Detroit 0. There's Sandy Alomar's Hall of Fame induction plaque here at Progressive Field. You can find that located at Heritage Park, just beyond the center field fence when you come to the ballpark. Terrific career Sandy had in an Indians uniform. All right, here we go. Third inning. Dusty Ryan will lead it off, then Adam Everett and Curtis Granderson. In the air, right center. Chu into the gap. Sizemore calls him off. One away.
Well, an Indians game always makes a great group outing, and groups of 25 or more receive discounts of up to half off ticket prices. Call 216-420-HITS and organize a group outing out of Progressive Field today.
Number 9 hitter Adam Everett steps in, the Tigers shortstop, batting just .251 on the year. And a strike at the knees. Pops him up. Tough play, though. Out goes Carroll, and he's able to get under it. 2 down. Ball hung up there for him a little bit. All right, let's take a look at the Subway fresh face of the game. Down on the farm we go. Now let's check out Matt McBride.
Look at that. 2-3 run HR. How about that? He has 80.
That's a large night.
I think he's got 82 RBIs now. And he's having some kind of year.
Subway, play hard, eat fresh. Two down for Curtis Granderson, who bounced to second his first time up. Rolls this one to Jamie Carroll. And a quick 1-2-3 third inning. Indians stay in front, 1-0. Bottom of the third inning here at Progressive Field, and Wyatt Torriegas will make his first trip to home plate in the big leagues, staring down Rick Porcello. Looks the ball outside. Torriegas batted .284 at AAA Columbus. 7 homers, 29 runs batted in, covering 60 games. Lines this one into left field, a base hit in his major league debut. Rayburn had a little trouble with it, but he recovers in time.
Well, that a way to go. Just like that. Let's get the baseball, throw it in. He didn't waste any time. Get into that batter's box, get that first hit out of the way. Congratulations, Wyatt. Nicely done.
Again, he's a former 24th round pick, the 707th overall selection in the 04 draft.
Well, he picked down a nice high fastball and just put a good stroke on it, didn't he? That's what you call making it look easy.
Grady Sizemore bangs one to first. Nice backhanded grab by Cabrera. They'll get the lead runner. And Sizemore down at first on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, I mean, he booted that one ball on Chu, and that one was a much tougher play. He backhands and flips it to second for the lead out. That was a real good play. Slides, gets rid of it quickly, and then, Everett, very smart with the young pitcher. You're not going to try and lead him to first base with the speed of Grady Sizemore to try and turn the double play.
Every once in a while you wonder sometimes if the plays where you have to move aren't a little bit easier. It's that ball hit right at you where you get too much time to maybe think about it.
That could be. Well, he's a former third baseman, so you wouldn't think so.
Yeah, that's a good point. Cabrera, shallow pop center. Granderson in. 2 down. Looking for some home runs for the Indians tonight. That'll mean more money for the Gathering Place. Caring community that helps individuals and their families dealing with cancer through a variety of programs offered free of charge. Every time the Indians go deep, our friends at Great Clips donate $50. Rick and I are each donating $5 per Indians home run. Over $7,000 to date. You can make a donation as well. Log on to touchbycancer.org to learn more. Now Shin-Soo Choo. He reached on that error in the first inning we were just talking about, the ground ball to Miguel Cabrera at first base. Chu steps out. Oh, 1 pitch. Chu lines it down the left side. On the run, Rayburn, and it drops foul. That's a nightmare play for a left fielder.
Yes, it is. Really, you got
Long
no
run.
win situation, and the ball's slicing away from you, and you're running right into the stands. Well, tomorrow you can celebrate Slider's birthday as they wrap up the series with the Tigers. It'll be Kids Fun Day, so all kinds of fun and games. Visiting mascots will be here. Kids 14 and under will receive the Slider Bobster as they enter into the game. How old's Slider, by the way? 15 or 16, I believe, isn't he?
He was born at Old Cleveland Stadium. We'll have to ponder that one.
I'll find out.
Inning over. Still 1-0 Cleveland through 3. Back here at Progressive Field, where the Indians lead the Tigers 1-0 as we go to the fourth inning. Jeremy Sowers, through 3 innings, has made just 31 pitches. Only took him 5 to get through the third. And it took Rick Porcello 7. So a 12-pitch third inning.
Well, through the first 10 batters, 9 of them took the first pitch, and Sowers was 6 out of 10. I'll make it 6 out of 11.
Popped him up, and this is going to go into the seats.
Found out, too, Slider is turning 19 tomorrow. It's pretty old.
So he should be in college, is what you're telling me.
Well, yes, he should be. He's still taking care of Kids Fun Day.
Sowers with a 1-1 pitch, and just missed. Indians with the throwback Negro League uniforms representing the Cleveland Buckeyes tonight. 2-1 pitch, line in the gap. Right center field. Sizemore with a diving catch. A sensational play by the Gold Glover. And a standing O from an appreciative crowd.
Boy, you talk about timing it perfectly. He had a great jump on the ball, and it looked like it was going to fall. Polanco certainly thought he had a hit, but I'm sure he knows better. Grady Sizemore has done this to many guys, and you know what? He's going to take another extra base hit away from Placido Polanco. Good catch. Look at a lot of excitement there for Jeremy.
He's seen this all before. Hard ground ball to third. Peralta had it bobbled, throws, and still got him. Close play at first, but Mike Winters punched him out. 2 down. Quick recovery by Peralta enabled him to just barely nip him at the bag.
Well, the accuracy, and it's a good thing Ordonez is running. You'll see him, once that ball gets away, he'll just get it and throw it quickly, but it's right on the money, flat-footed. And there you'll see the stretch. Jimenez gets Ordonez just in the nick of time.
Now Miguel Cabrera looks at ball 1. He flied to right his first time up. What are you seeing from Jeremy Sowers here tonight that he was able to do also in his last start against Seattle?
Well,
now, a much different offensive club, but...
Well, this is a little better offensive club, and they like left-handers better than that Seattle club. He's ahead of the hitters. A lot of 0-2 counts, or 1-2, 0-2, 1-2. And he's making him put it in play. And I like it because he's pitching inside, like right there.
Up the middle it goes. Nice stop by Cabrera. Off-balance throw, and they got him. Boy, what a defensive inning for the Tribe. 1, 2, 3, go the Tigers again. And Jeremy Sowers has set down 8 straight. Fame induction night. Johnny Peralta, bouncer to short. Adam Everett throws it over, and if you didn't know any better, you think both of these teams were trying to catch a late flight tonight. Early swinging, aggressive, and it makes it a good night to be a pitcher. Let's go back to the STO studios for a Ford Sports update.
Matt and Rick, let's go to Chicago. This one ended just a few moments ago. Yankees and White Sox, and the White Sox demolished New York. 14-4 was the final. Here's Gordon Beckham. 2 of his 4 RBIs today, batting over 300 now, making a bid for Rookie of the Year. White Sox win big.
All right, thanks, Al. So far, 4 Indians hitters have gone after that first pitch and put it in play. And on the flip side, Jeremy Sowers has been ahead in the count, forcing Tiger hitters to swing early in the count.
You know, there's nothing wrong getting after it. If you're getting that fastball first pitch, you go for it. You know, it's the change-ups and things like that, you know, when you're looking fastball, you swing at the off-speed or the secondary pitches. This kid's a ground ball machine, though. He has induced 17 ground ball double plays. He got Hafner in the first inning on one, and that leads the league.
Okay, here's what I don't understand about that. He's also given up 17 home runs. You would think a ground ball guy would not give up that many home runs.
Sometimes you make mistakes up in the zone, though.
Young pitcher, too.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, he's still learning. Normally, though, the two don't go hand in hand. There's a liner to center right at Granderson. 2 away.
Follow the Tribe on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.atbat 2009. It's a great new application. It features play-by-play video highlights and live audio broadcasts. Visit Indians.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase this app today.
Well, Porcello has been really attacking the hitters. 29 strikes, only 8 balls. Chris Jimenez grounded to third his first time up. Indians got the only run in this game in the first. Brady Sizemore drew a leadoff walk, stole second, went to third on an error by Miguel Cabrera, and came home on an RBI single by Johnny Peralta. And because of that, it made it an earned run. Because in the official scorer's mind, he would have scored anyway on the base hit by Peralta, regardless of the error that allowed him to go to third. So in a sense, really, it's the stolen base that allowed that to be an earned run. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Check swing, one hopper, Polanco, and another quick inning. 4 complete from Progressive Field, 1-0 Tribe. and by Alltel Wireless. Choose who you call for free with My Circle. Any number, any network. Now we're back here at Progressive Field. Through 4 innings, 1-0 Indians lead it. Strike Tigers out. Well, that's what Sowers is trying to do. But you know what? He doesn't need to at this point.
Both these guys are basically doing the same thing.
Get him to swing early, put it in play.
Right. Sowers had 9 pitches the first, and Porcello had 17. Well, they flip-flopped it. Sowers had 17 in the second, Porcello 8, and then a 5 for Sowers in the third, 7 for Porcello, and they both had 8 in the fourth. So they're matching each other pitch for pitch.
This scoreboard update brought to you by Wendy's. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Pitch outside. 2-1 to Marcus Thames. Now, Thames, the only Tiger to reach, he walked in that second inning. And here it is again, another 3-1 count. This is the count to Marcus Thames in the second inning, although the 3-1 pitch looked really close, but it was called ball 4. Same spot, and it's ball 4 again. Well, maybe for whatever reason, Sowers just doesn't feel real comfortable facing Marcus Thames, working him carefully.
Well, he's homered off him before with 3 ribbies coming into the game, and it is outside.
Yeah. Couldn't entice him. And you got to figure 3-1. You know Thames is looking for something middle in. He's looking to pull something for a home run, so he was not going to chase after that. Now Ryan Rayburn, he tried to bunt his way on with 1 out in the second inning and popped it up to Sowers. Tommy Bowe said last night the top of the 5th inning started at 8:59 p.m., so we're an hour ahead of last night's pace. 1-0 pitch. Line to left field. First hit of the night for Detroit. And it comes here in the 5th inning, and now Detroit threatening with the first 2 aboard.
Well, he fell behind, and that's a high breaking ball. Gives him some swinging room. He hits it in the left field. So the Tigers now, after the leadoff walk, first and second, nobody out here in the top of the 5th.
Brandon Inge flied to right his first time up. Misses outside for ball 1. Maybe trying to be a little too fine now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. He's going through the second time, and I mean, we've witnessed this year. Second, third time through that lineup. A lot of times it's happened where, you know, he just doesn't stay aggressive, and he was pitching inside. You asked me what he was doing so well, and it looked like that first time through, both sides of the plate.
That time looked like he was trying to go in there, challenge him 1-on-1.
No, it's just a fastball, and he got away with one there, but he put a good swing on it, fouled it straight back. If he was trying to go in, he certainly didn't get it in.
1-1 pitch. Fouled back. Now, I wonder, too, from a catcher standpoint, your rookie in your major league debut, you've gone over the scouting reports, but you don't have that personal feel for these hitters as much as a guy who's been around a little bit.
No, you don't. You just go over your scouting reports and you stay with your pitcher's stuff. Let's go. You move it in and you out and you change speeds, depending on count. So they want to go inside here.
Inge sends a high fly ball deep to left. Crow is back on the track, and he'll make the catch, and the runners have to retreat.
He just got it in enough.
But you know what?
Brandon Inge.
I like that, though, because as you said, you've got to pitch inside, and that time he got it in
Well,
enough.
Sowers only he doesn't have a dominating breaking ball. You see where he had to pull his hands in there, and it got down on the trademark. Even though he's throwing 88 or thereabouts miles an hour, if you get it in there, You see, he's looking at it. He knew he didn't get it. But Jeremy, with his stuff, has to pitch inside to right-handers for him to be effective at all. And when you get inside on a couple, see, he's explaining it now to everybody. When you get inside, that will open up that pitch away where you don't have to be as fine and you'll get some swings on the ball outside. That makes his changeup that much better because he doesn't throw many breaking balls. And it's a fine line from just getting that ball and
1-1 to count.
Hitting it right square or just a fraction off.
Reading the body language of Inge explaining that to Granderson. What do you take
my
out of
hands
that?
out in front. I got caught in between, and it got in on me just enough where I didn't catch it out in front. Because he had 2 strikes on him, and he had to wait back for something away.
The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Good off-speed pitch.
Back-to-back change-ups.
A little better separation that time, too, because that pitch down and away at 80. Sometimes we've seen his changeup almost too hard, too close to the fastball.
Well, it looks a lot like his fastball. There's not much separation to begin with.
2 on, 1 out. 1-2 pitch to Dusty Ryan. Up and away with the heater.
Then you try and throw that fastball, and he overthrew it right there. A little too high, that's why it was up and away. And that was topped out at 90 there. So if your changeup's 80, and your fastball, which was too hard, he's throwing right about 88. But the thing you don't see a lot with Jeremy is the movement off his changeup.
2-2, wanted to go inside, and Ryan just fights it off. Send that one skipping through the crowd. And a good crowd on hand here tonight at Progressive Field. Fans really turning out to pay tribute to Sandy Alomar, who was inducted into the Cleveland Indians Hall of Fame in ceremony before the ball game tonight, along with Wes Farrell, Dick Jacobs, and Bill Veeck. Sowers with the 2-2 in the dirt, full count. So the first inning tonight where Jeremy's really had to work hard. And this is a key at bat with the number 9 man waiting on deck, because you don't want to have to face Curtis Granderson with runners on base if you can avoid it. And the 3-2 pitch, runners go. And a liner foul out of plate on the right side.
Well, he doesn't think that Ryan's going to strike out. Sowers yet to strike anybody out, so he's thinking, all right, he's going to put it in play, so let me start my runner.
So if you're the manager, you're saying, well, he hasn't struck anybody out. So you're saying they're not swinging and missing, so you send him.
Right. That's exactly right. Try and get some movement on the infield, create maybe a hole for your hitter. And actually, you hope the guy hits the ball on the ground, to be honest with you, if he doesn't get a base hit. Get a base hit on the ground, because then you'll have infielders moving if they send him again.
They run again, and again it's fouled off. On the other hand, in the back of every manager's mind, I'm sure, is the thought that he may be due for a strikeout.
Well, that's going to happen. Sometimes it's going to happen. Jim Leland's been around the game way too long. He knows, let's go. Start him. If you strike out, it's my fault. I'm an idiot for putting it on.
9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And again, the runners are off. And it's ball 4.
Well, and you give credit right there to Ryan. Dusty Ryan took the pitch off the plate. So now Sowers has walked 2 in the inning, and the bases are loaded with just 1 out. It was close, yes. Away, yes. You see where he had to really reach out for it.
Well, he wanted that ball in, so he missed by a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so he took the pitch, and now they have the bases drunk.
And Adam Everett, the number 9 hitter, is the batter. popped up to second base his first time up. Some anxious moments in the Indians' dugout after Sowers was just cruising along. He needed only 5 pitches to get through the third, 8 to get through the fourth. And now they're loaded with 1 out here in the 5th. And it's ball 1 down low. Here comes Carl Willis, pitching coach, out to the mound along with the catcher Wyatt Torriegas. Maybe mechanically Carl Willis is seeing something. Maybe he just wants to, almost like a 20-second timeout, get him to catch his breath. Or try to refocus.
Well, he's
here.
going from getting ahead of guys to ball 1. And that's not a good sign. You're down at the bottom part of the lineup. They finally did get their first hit, but he's got 2 walks in the inning. So, again, he's starting to nibble.
Jeremy has made 21 pitches here in the 5th after needing only 39 to get through the first 4.
And I don't know why it happens, but it does. I mean, he could be breezing so long. Remember Paul Bird used to do this. He could go 5 innings, and the next thing you know, all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. But Paul Bird would continue to throw first pitch strikes.
Yeah.
Jeremy doesn't.
The 1-0 pitch. Ball in the dirt. Good stop by Torriegas. With Bird, it was a case of hit.
Yes.
And it would just come that fast.
And I mean, it was tough to get somebody up. With Jeremy, it seems like, well, if he loses it, it can come hit, but it also comes quickly when he can lose it. I mean, it's tough as a manager with these guys because it's happened a number of times this year when he's been on the mound.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Tribe up 1-0. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike.
Remember, you're working at the bottom part of the lineup. Let's not give them too much credit. Force them to hit their way on.
Adam Everett only has 2 home runs this year, but one of them was a grand slam against the Indians.
Yeah, Aaron Laffey in Detroit.
This one hit high in the air, left
That'll
field.
Get one in.
Should tie the game here. Trevor Crowe makes the catch. His throw gets to the cutoff man on a bounce. But scoring is Marcus Thames, and we are tied at 1 as Adam Everett picks up his 31st run batted in on the year. Tigers at first and second with 2 down. Now Curtis Granderson will be the batter.
So that leadoff walk comes in to score. Same thing that happened to Porcello in the first inning. The leadoff walk, gotcha. So it's a 1-1 ball game.
And it was the walk that forced Marcus Thames to third base to get him home on the sac fly. Now Curtis Granderson trying to break the tie. Pop back out of play.
This is where Sowers has been really tough this year.
Let's check out our Firestone League leaders first before you give us that. Curtis Granderson on the road has the most dingers in the American League. Interesting. 16 of his 22 away from Comerica.
The road warrior.
The 0-1. Bounced it foul. You were going to say this is where Sowers has been tough?
Yeah, runners in scoring position and 2 outs this year. Just a 0.87 average, 2 for 23. Now, I don't know how you figure it out. There's been no extra base hits, and he's got 6 strikeouts in that situation. But I don't know how you figure it out.
Well, he's got a chance to keep it a tie game now. 0-2. Breaking ball, and it just missed there. Ball and 2 strikes the count on Curtis Granderson, who twice has grounded to second and is 1 for 8 now in the series. Swung on and missed. Sowers gets his first strikeout of the night. And he stops a potential big Tiger rally, limiting them to just 1 run. going on the bottom of the fifth inning. And I'm sure Carl Willis is telling Jeremy Sowers the same thing you were just talking about, which is stay aggressive. You were aggressive through the first 4 innings. Stay with that game
there's
plan.
no reason to abandon it.
And maybe he was trying to and just
couldn't
command the
that's
ball.
true too. You're not going to continue to pound that strike zone time after time. You may miss a little bit.
Bottom third of the Indians' order here in the home half of the fifth. Jamie Carroll, Trevor Crow, and Wyatt Torriegas. Carroll grounded to third his first time up. And a pitch in there for a strike. Going back to last night, though, Rick, and this is a trend that Jim Leland won't be pleased to hear about, but they're 1 for their last 15 are the Tigers with a runner in scoring position. 1 for 15.
I'm sure he knows that. I mean, he doesn't. Something that you don't think about, and teams go through it. Every team goes through it a number of times during the course of the year where you just don't get a hit with runners in scoring position.
Lifted in the air, left field. Back is Rayburn. Pulls it in, 1 away. Another look at the Alltel text poll question of the game with all the trades the Indians have made recently. Who do you like coming in the most that you've been able to research and read about? Because the only guy we've seen in the big leagues is Justin Masterson. The rest of these guys are prospects. Some of them have quote-unquote very high ceilings, but hard to tell until they get here what kind of players they may be in the big leagues.
You know, you talk about runners in scoring position. You remember when we started that road trip, we were always just a hit away from getting something going. But by the time we finished it, went up to Seattle and then into L.A., they were getting the hits. And they were pounding the baseball and they were getting the runs. But it runs in cycles like that.
Toronto, it was like pulling teeth.
You have your base runners, you have opportunities, but you can't get them in. And you can't get that big hit. And all of a sudden, they can't get you out.
Fouled back by Trevor Crow. 0-2 the count. Into the windup. And his 2-strike pitch is up high. Now the 1-2. Roller to second base. And Polanco will throw him out 2 away.
Well, take advantage of the KeyBank Fun Bunch 4-pack. It's 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs or slices of pizza, and 4 Pepsi products for as low as $51. The packages are a great way for the whole family to enjoy a game out here at Progressive Field. Visit Indians.com or a team shop to purchase those tickets.
Wyatt Torriegas is the 18th batter in the game that Porcello has faced. 15 of the first 17 have seen first pitch strikes. I'll put the whammy on him right there. 1-0. Kind of odd on the night Sandy Alomar is inducted into the Hall of Fame. Wyatt Torriegas makes his major league debut wearing Sandy Alomar's old number 15.
Yeah, how about that?
Got a base hit in his first major league at bat, did Torriegas. Former Va Tech collegiate player. Here's a banger to first and a nice play by Cabrera, who twice has been on the move to make good plays at first. Indians go in order again. Porcello has set down 8 straight. along with Sandy Alomar and former owners Dick Jacobs and Bill Veeck being inducted into the Indians Hall of Fame before tonight's game. Placido Polanco thought about a bunt maybe, but pulled it back as the pitch was low. And a liner to left. Leadoff man aboard for Detroit here in the 6th. Let's take a look right now at our Bring in the Gas sequence, brought to you by Direct Energy.
Coming the last out of the 5th inning. A couple of guys on base, and we told you this is where Sowers seems to get tough. He went strike 1, strike 2 on fastballs up and in, missed with a breaking ball, and gets him with another fastball.
Direct Energy, simple solutions for your natural gas supply needs. Maglio Ordonez takes a strike. You know, Wes Farrell, Rick, as a rookie, won 21 games in 1929.
Wow.
And then the next year, for what did he do for an encore? He struck out 297 batters.
That's tough to do better than 21 games, though, in your rookie season.
Another base hit in the left field. Ordonez pulls it through the hole. And again, the first two Tigers reach. And here we go with that third time through the order. And this has been the Achilles heel of Jeremy Sowers.
Well, you know, it's something you don't want to keep beating up on Jeremy Sowers, but, I mean, the reality of it is when they get to that third time through, I mean, it happens so fast. And right now, you've got 2 back-to-back singles. He did get Granderson last inning. That was starting the lineup the third time through. And you can see it's a .481 average, and they are going through that lineup for the third time.
Here is Miguel Cabrera, 0 for 2 tonight. Foul back over the screen. Jeremy Sowers, after one hitting the Tigers through the first 5 innings, has given up back-to-back singles here in the 6th. Now he's got to deal with their best hitter overall. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hey, McDonald's wants to put you on the air. Go to STOHD.com right now and register to win a chance to spend a couple innings here in the booth when we battle the Orioles September the 26th. One count. And a liner to left, another base hit. And this is going to bring home the go-ahead run. Polanco will score. Ordonez stops at second. And Miguel Cabrera puts Detroit in front 2-1 with his 58th run batted in on the year. 3 straight singles to open the 6th inning for the Tigers.
And this time through, you see everybody they're pulling the ball to the left side of the field. Every base hit, Polanco to the left, Ordonez to the left, now Cabrera. And there's a little off-speed pitch out over the plate, and he rockets it. Now they're going to get somebody up in that bullpen, but it's going to take a while, so you may see a visit from Willis here. It's still first and second. Ordonez, the way he runs now, he couldn't get to third base with that base hit to left field.
It's Jensen Lewis, just recalled from AAA Columbus. He's the first man up in the Indians bullpen. As Carl Willis goes out to try and get Jeremy Sowers back on track. Marcus Thames will be the batter, and he's walked twice tonight. the meat of the Tigers' order here in the 6th inning. And they're making life tough for Sowers. 3 straight hits to open the frame. Nobody out. And you got Marcus Thames and then Ryan Rayburn. And he missed.
Well, this is the guy that he's been nibbling on all night, Marcus Thames. He's walked him the first 2 times. And Thames has had counts in his favor, 3-1 both times.
A 1-0 pitch. That one got in there for a called strike. First 15 Tiger hitters went hitless. 4 hits among the last 8 batters now.
No, I'm just looking at the 3rd time through.
Yep.
3 for 4.
The 1-1 pitch. And he threw it by him. Good fastball that time. A ball and 2 strikes.
Is that fastball down in the zone? Not up, down. Looked like it had a little more on it, didn't it?
Well, it hit 90 on the gun, so yeah. Sowers, the guy normally is around 88. The 1-2 pitch popped up, foul ground near the seats and out of play. Marcus Thames with 99 career home runs. With 2 on and nobody out. Detroit now up 2-1 in the 6th. Ran that one in off the plate. This will be pitch number 80 now coming up for Sowers. And Torregas is going to go out and make sure they're on the same page. Indians scored in the 1st inning on an RBI hit by Johnny Peralta. Detroit got their first run in the 5th on a sac fly by Adam Everett. And now 3 straight singles here in the 6th to take the lead 2-1. Torregas can't corral that one. To the backstop it goes. Tigers to 2nd and 3rd, and now a full count.
That'll be a wild pitch. Just the 2nd for Sowers this year. He wanted to go down and in, but way inside, down at the back foot of Marcus Thames. So that'll go to the backstop. The guys will move up to 2nd and 3rd. Still nobody out.
And on the 3-2, a swing and a miss. Finally, he got Thames to chase that pitch away. He'd been able to lay off, looking for something middle in all night.
Look at, he's shaking his head because you're right. The first 2 times he laid off it. And that is the exact same pitch that he's thrown him the first 2 times, and he didn't go after it. But this time he does. You know why? You have runners in scoring position. And it was a 2-2 count, not a 3-2.
So, first out of the inning.
That's when you have that clubhouse meeting with yourself in your own head.
Rayburn had a good cut, fouled it straight back.
I'll send out happy birthday wishes to Marion Spring of Cleveland, turning 89 today, and then Mary Lou Wachtel, of Orville is turning 75. Happy birthday, ladies.
Ryan Rayburn got the first hit of the night for Detroit in the 5th inning. There's another strike, 0-2 the count. Detroit has runners at 2nd and 3rd here in the 6th inning. A run is in. And a liner to second, caught by Carroll, almost knocked him to the turf. 2 away. Gotta love the Al Adam ball. 2 down. We'll go back to the STO studios for a Ford Sports update with Al Pulowski.
All right, fellas, we head to Minnesota where the Angels are taking on the Twins. Here, Kendry Morales in the top of the 3rd inning gives the Angels a 5-2 lead. It's now 6-4 Angels heading to the bottom of the 4th inning at the Metrodome. Back to you.
They're continuing to score runs, aren't they, the Angels?
Well, they blew that game open late last
11.
night.
They had a big inning in extra innings.
Sowers will intentionally walk Brandon Inge to go after Dusty Ryan, the number 8 hitter. And that's probably a good idea because Inge has got big power. He can take it deep.
Well, he just missed his last time up. You remember inside, he just got it on the trademark, and I like this move. You walk the veteran, you make the kid beat you.
This will be ball 4 to Brandon Inge. And the bases are now loaded with 2 out. Let's get a look at our All Care Dental Indentures Smile Easy Cam. Lots of smiles in the ballpark tonight, with the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies taking place before the ball game. 17 locations across northeastern Ohio. All Care Dental Indentures make seeing the dentist easy. Dusty Ryan has flied to center and walked. And Sowers goes right at him, gets that first pitch strike. Now the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Good changeup that time from Jeremy.
Got him to go after it outside the strike zone, which was good. So now he's got him 0-2 in the count, and a spot where Sowers has been very good this year. 2 outs.
Talk about Wyatt Torriegas being a 24th round pick. Dusty Ryan was a 48th round selection of the Tigers back in 2003. Missed down low. Bases loaded, 2 down here in the 6th. Tigers up 2-1. A ball and 2 strikes. Line down the left field line, but that's going to hook foul. A sigh of relief from the hometown crowd.
Oof. Ooh. A lazy slider right there. If you're going to throw that slider, you got to bury it down and in. You can't leave it out over the plate, especially in a count when you have 2 strikes.
Ordonez at 3rd, Cabrera at 2nd, Inge at 1st. 2 down in the 6th. And the 1-2 pitch. Again fouled back. Dusty Ryan is a guy who is in the big leagues because of his ability to handle pitchers. He's only a .237 career hitter in the minor leagues. That's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Boy, Sowers has had to work very hard these last 2 innings. Leland hoping they get that hit, something they haven't done a whole lot recently.
They have struggled with runners in scoring position. Sowers looking to punch him out here to get out of the inning. Strike 3 called, and the Tigers leave them loaded. They do take the lead, but Sowers avoids further damage. 2-1 Detroit, middle of the 6th. Struck out 3, and 1 wild pitch.
Well, we'll see if the offense can get him a couple of runs here and give him a chance to be the winner. He pitched a good game tonight.
It'd be nice if they could just get a base runner. They're 0 for 9, second time through the order against Rick Porcello.
Well, that's what happened. They've gone different directions, these pitchers. You know, Porcello, they had him early, and they haven't done anything lately. Sowers, they didn't do anything early, and they've gotten to him lately.
Down low, 2 balls, no strikes. Brady drew a walk, stole a base, scored the Indians' only run in the first inning.
This guy's only at 53 pitches, man. He's pitching the bottom of the 6th.
Missed again, 3-0.
It's his first 2-0 count, so he's been sitting in that dugout quite some time the last 2 innings.
Indians' last hit was a leadoff single by Wyatt Torregas in the 3rd. That time he catches the outside corner to make the count 3-1. Justin Masterson, newest addition of the Cleveland Indians, added in the trade of Victor Martinez from the Boston Red Sox. Looks like he'll be coming on to work in the 7th inning. Full count. Rick Porcello has induced 10 ground ball outs tonight. Payoff pitch, hit foul out of play.
Porcello trying to do something tonight that he hasn't done in 6 straight starts, and that's go 6 innings.
Yeah. Well,
he's got the opportunity. Everything's going in his favor.
He gets his third strikeout of the night, one down here in the sixth. Came back from 3-0 to get Sizemore. Here's our Northern Ohio Toyota dealers game recap. Johnny Peralta with an RBI in 6 of his last 7 games put the Indians in front. But the Adam Everett sac fly in the 5th tied it. And the Miguel Cabrera RBI hit in the 6th put Detroit in front 2-1. For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com. As Dribble Cabrera 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Blowing it by him, 0-2. Climb the ladder and get a piece of that pitch.
They continue to try and throw it. I would not throw Cabrera a strike. You keep it above the belt. You keep it at the letters. He's been swinging at it at the first 2 games in this series.
Yeah, for some reason he just can't help himself. Went downstairs that time. 2 down.
Well, the Tribe will take on the Twins Thursday. It'll be a special 12:05, and it's lunch and 3 innings day. If you purchase a $15 upper reserve or mezzanine ticket, you'll receive a $10 food voucher for any concession stand here at Progressive Field. And then take your lunch break at the ballpark. Stay for 3 innings and the whole game. Visit Indians.com for the tickets. That's right. We'll wrap it up and we'll head to Chicago for a really short road trip after that game Thursday. Our last trip to the Windy City and our 4th trip this year.
Yeah. The 1-0 pitch to Chu in the dirt. Big Rick Porcello, just 20 years old, mowing him down here tonight.
This kid is, I mean, he's throwing the ball well. Changed speeds, moved it around. He gets the ground ball. Very impressive for a young 20-year-older.
First round pick of the Tigers in 07 out of Seton Hall Prep High School in West Orange, New Jersey. And the 2-2 up high, full count. It's amazing how some guys it takes years to develop and get there, and some guys just fly through. He spent last year at Lakeland.
You know who had touch like this when he was a kid? Zach Greinke. He had a feel for the game when he first came up in Kansas City. This kid's got a feel on how to pitch for his age.
And what's interesting about this kid as opposed to Greinke, who grew up in Florida, Porcello's from New Jersey. It's not like he can play baseball all year long there.
Right. Yeah, big difference.
His senior year in high school, he went 6-0.
They only play 18 games.
I mean, yeah. Here's the payoff pitch. Bouncer by the mound. Everett couldn't get to it, and it's into center field. Everett looked like he was going to snare it, but it just scooted under his glove. And that snaps a string of 10 in a row set down by Rick Porcello.
Well, the third hit, he got the ground ball, but it hit out in front of home plate. Once it gets over the head of Porcello, it's going to be a tough play the way Chu can get down the line. Even if Everett fields that ball, I don't think he's going to throw him out. So Chu with his 7-game hitting streak, it's the third hit, all singles tonight.
And now Johnny Peralta drove in the Indians' only run in the first inning. Chu drew quite a bit of attention from Porcello in the first inning when he was aboard. Ball one down low. Now we'll see what 2 down if Chu tries to steal and get himself into scoring position. Sizemore stole a base in the first. The Indians just haven't had any base runners. Peralta sends a high fly ball deep center field. Granderson back at the fence makes the catch. So Peralta's bid comes up short, and we'll go to the 7th. 2-1 Detroit. Direct Energy, offering simple solutions for all your natural gas needs. Visit directenergy.com/GoTribe for details. And by AM/PM, too much good stuff. Now we're back here at Progressive Field, where the Indians trail the Tigers 2-1. And we'll get a look at the Indians' debut of Justin Masterson.
There you see his numbers with the Red Sox. 31 appearances, 6 starts. One of those coming against the Indians, a 3-3 record. So trying to hold it right here, 2-1 ball game going into the 7th.
Masterson, over his last 4 appearances, covering 7 innings, has not allowed a run. Outside, ball 1. Masterson, a native of Beaver Creek, Ohio, which is down near Dayton. And that's the one thing that you notice. He not only is it the arm slot that he delivers the ball, but he tends to keep it down there at the knees.
You know, that means when he's throwing 3/4, watch how his hand stays behind the baseball. He doesn't cut under it. Sort of keeps that ball, and it's his hand is behind it instead of getting under here.
His comments when he met with reporters before the game, saying, you know, he's excited on one hand to be coming to a team, that to be part of a, as he, in his words, rebuilding process, saying that, hopefully it doesn't take a long time to turn this around here. He said, on the other hand, it's disappointing leaving a team like Boston because you're in it every year.
Well, that's, you're going to be in it every year.
Swung on and missed. He blows away Adam Everett, 1 down.
Good location on a good slider. I mean, that's, you talk about down and away at the knees. You get to 2 strikes. That's a tough pitch to lay off.
I thought it was kind of neat too, Rick. His comments last night when he was in Boston, when he learned of the trade, he was saying, "Well, on one hand, sure, you're always disappointed to get traded from the team that brought you up, the team that gave you your chance." But he said, "I got traded for Victor Martinez.
Yeah.
I got traded for a pretty good player here."
That's right.
He recognized the the stature of a guy like Martinez. Bouncer to first. Nice pick by Jimenez. 2 down. Let's get a look at our Mercedes attention assist of the game.
Well, you're going to get 3 of them in this 1 inning, and it was a pretty darn good inning as Grady Sizemore is going to start it off with a diving catch right there. Then Peralta's going to stop, get it up, and just get him at first base. That was Ordonez. And then Cabrera on the dead run going to his left. Bingo. That was in the same inning, the 4th.
Now Placido Polanco, who was 1 for 3. He was the guy robbed by Sizemore in that 4th inning. Tigers lead it 2-1 here in the 7th inning. Bouncer to third. A little more routine play for Peralta this time. Throws him out. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers, and a good debut for Justin Masterson in an Indians uniform. Fans, don't forget you can stop by Panini's, enjoy the ball game. Not only that, enjoy some of their tasty pizza, wings, or one of the famous overstuffed sandwiches, all in the beautiful outdoor patios. Home of the best outdoor dining in town. Visit paninisgrill.com. Travis Hafner will lead off the bottom of the 7th inning here. Then Chris Jimenez and Jamie Carroll.
This kid has been on fire tonight throwing strikes. He has been outstanding. Just 71 pitches. It's the first time in his last 6 straight starts, where he's been able to at least go 6 innings. And now he is into the 7th, and you can see why, because he's been pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, over 75% of his pitches have been for strikes. Hafner jammed, lines it over the head of Placido Polanco, and the Indians get their leadoff man aboard for just the 3rd time tonight. Hafner's first hit of the ball game, and that's the tying run now at first base.
Brought those hands in and got down about the trademark, but Pronk strong enough to get it over the head of Polanco. You see him jump for it, no chance.
Well, here is where Rick Porcello will look for that ground ball, and he's had a lot of ground ball outs tonight.
Well,
Chris Jimenez twice has grounded out.
He's also induced 1 ground ball double play, and he leads the league with 17. I told you earlier, this guy is, and it's always nice to have a starter out there that you can rely on that gets the ground ball.
11 ground ball outs tonight.
Yeah, 1 pitch can get you 2 outs. That's one thing that the Indians do very well, is they get the double play ball. Aaron Laffey's very good at it. They have turned the Indians 111 double play. That's more than anybody. Then again, they've had probably more share of their base runners on.
Down low, well, and hopefully with the return of Fausto Carmona and getting Jake Westbrook back at the end of August.
Can only help.
Add to it. Good to see Jake Westbrook here tonight. He was in uniform before the ball game. Checking out the Hall of Fame ceremonies as he continues his comeback trail. 2-2. Mark Shapiro telling us last night, there's Jake. Checking out the action that hopefully Westbrook can make it back by the end of August. He pitched through September to get himself jump-started and ready for next year. The 2-2. Another ground ball to short. 6-4-3 double play. Second twin killer for Rick Porcello tonight. That's his game. 13 ground ball outs tonight.
Well, Kick It is a campaign to raise money for pediatric, adolescents, and young adult cancer research. Kids can register their kickball teams at Indians.com and kickit.org. They'll hold kickball games in their community to raise money from July to September, and their teams will be selected to play a special Kick It game at Progressive Field. The first one will be tomorrow, as a matter of fact, in the outfield.
Jamie Carroll looks at a ball outside. He is 0 for 2 tonight. The 1-0. Caught the outside corner. Ground ball to third. Inge fires him out. 14 ground ball outs for Rick Porcello. And the Tigers lead it 2-1 through 7. Maglio Ordonez fouls the first pitch off from Justin Masterson, who worked a 1-2-3 7th inning. Maglio Ordonez, Miguel Cabrera, and Marcus Thames here in the 8th. 0-2 the count. Indians Hall of Fame induction ceremonies before the ball game, adding 4 new members to Heritage Park, including Sandy Alomar Jr., Wes Farrell, and former Indians owners Bill Veeck and Dick Jacobs. A ball and 2 strikes. Now the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Second strikeout for Masterson. He's retired all 4 Tigers that he has faced. Let's go back to the STO studios once again for a Ford Sports update with Al Pulowski.
All right, Matt, Rick, let's go out to Justin Masterson's old team in Baltimore, the Boston Red Sox, with Victor Martinez playing first base tonight. Here's Kevin Youkilis with a home run, his 18th of the year. It's 2-0 Red Sox. Martinez is 0 for 3 thus far tonight. 2-0 Red Sox, 5th inning.
All right, thanks, Al. Here it's Miguel Cabrera with 1 out, 1 for 3 on the night, an RBI hit. That broke the tie in the 6th inning. And he lines a single into center field. Well, he's 2 for 4 and a 1-out base runner now for Marcus Thames. Here are the results of tonight's Alltel Text Poll question of the game. 70% really like the acquisition of Justin Masterson and getting a chance firsthand to see him here tonight in his Indians debut. Marcus Thames, 2 walks, a run scored. Struck out his last time up. And Masterson goes right at him with a quick strike. Sky high pop, but that's going to go back into the seats.
This should be a little different than he had Sowers the first 3 times he faced him. Marcus Thames walked the first 2 times, but the 3rd time he swung at that same pitch he took the first 2 times up for a strikeout. But I would think Masterson's got to be much tougher on him here with the slider down and away.
He went after it and popped it straight up on the infield. Chris Jimenez, first baseman under it. 2 down. Hey, time to take advantage of the Browns Family Value Pack. You'll get 4 preseason tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for just $99. That's a $162 value. Browns Family Value Pack is available for a limited time only. Call 440-824-3434 or visit clevelandbrowns.com to order yours. Fouled out of play. And speaking of the Browns, Sports Time Ohio is your home for Cleveland Browns programming. And after the ball game tonight, stay tuned for Training Camp Daily. Jim Donovan will go one-on-one for an exclusive and revealing interview with Browns draft choice Brian Robisky. It'll come your way after the Conrad's postgame show tonight. Ground ball up the middle, and it gets through. So a 2-out single for Ryan Rayburn, his second hit tonight. And that will give Brandon Inge a chance to hit here in the 8th inning.
This just had enough to get through, didn't it? Ran in off the trademark. Don't know if he busted his bat or not. But that was just placed perfectly. He'll get right back up the middle. That's 6 hits now for the Tigers.
2 on, 2 out. And Inge looks at the ball down low. Crowd of 31,353 tonight here at Progressive Field. Almost 5,000 walked up and bought tickets before the ball game to be here for the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. Nice. Man, a beautiful night it has been in downtown Cleveland. Up high with the heat. 2-0. Popped him up. Shallow left. In comes Trevor Crowe. And 2 scoreless innings of relief for Justin Masterson. And it stays 2-1 Detroit as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Detroit leads it as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Clete Thomas has come on to play right field for the Tigers. And what a night for the youngster Rick Porcello.
He is out there now into the 8th inning. Tell you what, he has been brilliant tonight.
7, I think, is the most he's gone, right?
He has scattered, he's scattered 4 hits. And he has gone 7. That was against Pittsburgh. He's gone 7 against Minnesota and 7 against Seattle.
Trevor Crowe looks at the ball outside. And as Rick said, they keep very close tabs on his pitch count. So he's at 82 pitches, and there is activity in the bullpen. Crowe in the air, right field, over near the line. Clete Thomas will make the catch. 1 down. Well, while we have a moment, I want to pass along our deepest condolences to local radio talk show personality Mike Trevisano and his entire family after the passing of Mike's dear wife, Linda. Such a delightful woman. You can always count on her for a big smile and such a warm personality. And certainly our hearts, and thoughts, and prayers all go out to Mike and his family during a very, very difficult time. Wyatt Torriegas is 1 for 2 tonight. He had a base hit in his first major league at bat back in the 3rd inning.
In fact, his second at bat, he hit the ball right on the nose.
He did.
And Cabrera took a double away from him going down the right field line.
Trying to get the Indians' offense going here in the 8th. They have been limited to just 4 singles tonight by Porcello. Lost the command of that pitch. Back in the 3rd inning, this was Wyatt Torriegas. Base hit in his first major league at bat. And a keepsake headed for his locker. Now the 2-1. In for a strike to even the count. Big bouncer behind the bag, fair. Inge, long throw on the money. There's that catcher's arm.
You got that right. That was He just stopped and he just laid back on it, threw it all the way, and had plenty enough on it. Watch, he's going to back up, but he knows the catcher's running, so he backs up. Watch him plant. He's ready to throw. He doesn't even crow hop or step. He just launches it over there. What a good arm he has.
And 2 down now for Grady Sizemore, who is 0 for 2. He walked, stole a base, scored the Indians' only run in the first inning. Ball 1 down low. You know, something to think about. Fernando Rodney, the Tigers closer, threw a lot of pitches in last night's game.
Yeah, that was the first time he had pitched since Saturday, but he threw, you're right, well over 30 pitches.
.90 pitches for Rick Porcello. And the 1-1 pitch.
Definitely his longest start of his young career.
Fly ball to left. Rayburn's got it. 8 innings. He's allowed just 1 run. 2-1 Detroit as we go to the 9th. There is Rick Porcello getting the slap on the back from his manager after he goes a career-high 8 innings tonight. Dusty Ryan, a swing and a miss as Justin Masterson is working in a 3rd inning of relief. He has struck out 2. He's given up 2 hits. Mark Shapiro saying that they would like to take a look at Justin Masterson in a starting role, assuming, though, that would be next year. Well, I suppose you could get a guy stretched out enough to make a start or 2 before this season's over.
Sure you could. I mean, you still have, 58 games left or something like that?
In there for a strike, 2-2. Tiger closer Fernando Rodney is up and warming in the Detroit Tigers bullpen. Struck him out looking. Boy, he painted the outside part of the plate with that pitch. 3rd strikeout for Justin Masterson. 1 down in the 9th.
Well, he doesn't have to move his glove, does he? I mean, he put it right there and he drilled it. Good pitch, locked him up, gets the called strikeout.
There is Rodney, the Tiger closer. Popped back out of play by Adam Everett. There's the 0-1. Over the plate again. 0-2 the count. And don't forget, tomorrow, 1 o'clock game. Indians-Tigers wrap up this series, and we'll have it for you on Channel 3. Oh, my. He ate him up. 4th strikeout for Masterson. 2 down in the 9th.
You talk about the emergency. That ball came down, almost hit him in the back leg, and he started to swing. That was a vicious little sinker.
Curtis Granderson 0 for 4 tonight. And now 1 for 10 in the series. Evens the count, a ball and a strike. Boy, tough pitch to lay off. He did. And it's down low, 2-1. Tigers need to win to keep from Chicago closing in any closer on their lead. White Sox just destroyed New York again today. And Detroit leads the White Sox by a game and a half in the Central Division. Masterson with a 2-2 pitch. Outside. And again, boy, the Angels are hammering Minnesota.
Yeah.
It's 11-4 in the 6th inning at the Metrodome.
Their offense has been on fire for well over a month.
Now the payoff pitch. Granderson got a piece of that to stay alive. And the payoff pitch. Hop foul. This will find the seats. One more time, a 3-2 delivery from Masterson. And it's outside ball 4. He's walked his first. And with 2 down, it'll bring up Placido Polanco in the Indians bullpen. Starts to get busy. 40 pitches for Masterson here in his Indians debut. Jensen Lewis for the second time tonight gets loose. Because he has that starter's background, Masterson is a guy who, even with the Red Sox, is a multi-inning reliever. But this is stretching him out right here.
Yeah, 3rd inning. He's 40 pitches already.
12th batter he's faced. Polanco looks at a strike. Placido Polanco is 1 for 4 with a single, and he scored the go-ahead run in the 6th inning on a base hit by Miguel Cabrera. Another strike, 0-2. So in front of a big crowd, Justin Masterson trying to take care of Polanco and give the Indians one last chance to rally in the bottom of the 9th. And he steps away.
It's a good time to do that, but it's also a good time if you're Granderson to take off. 0-2 count on a Polanco who puts it in play, protect him. If you make it, it's fine. If you don't, you get thrown out. There it is.
Pitch inside, throw to second. Good throw by Torregas, but Granderson got a good jump, steals his 18th base on the year.
Now you're in scoring position. You had the 1-run lead, so you take a risk right there, 0-2. Had a good jump. It was a pretty good pitch to steal on because that ball was up and inside to Polanco.
And the 1-2, way outside. Runner at second, 2 down, and the 2-2 pitch to Polanco. Beat it right into the ground at home plate. Justin Masterson in his Indians debut has struck out 4. He's allowed 2 hits. He's walked 1, and this is third inning of relief. And the 2-2 pitch with Granderson running. A liner to second, and it's caught by Carroll. 3 scoreless innings of relief for Justin Masterson. And we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. 2-1 Detroit. Bottom of the ninth here at Progressive Field. Detroit 2, Cleveland 1. Rick Porcello went 8 innings, allowed 1 run on 4 base hits, struck out 3. And now he gives way to Fernando Rodney, who's a perfect 21 out of 21 in save situations. Rodney worked 2 innings of relief in last night's game. Walked 2, gave up a hit, struck out a pair.
Well, and that was the first time he had worked since Saturday. So he's coming right back in. He did throw a lot of pitches in last night's game. He's going to face Cabrera, Chu, and Peralta.
There's our Northern Ohio Buick Pontiac GMC performance of the game.
And it's the longest he's gone this year. Rick Porcello, 8 innings, 4 hits. He pitched a beautiful ball game. 15 ground ball outs, induced 2 double play balls, 3 punch outs. He threw the ball well. Much better than he did the first time against the Indians.
Meanwhile, Carl Willis and Eric Wedge have to be just thrilled with what Justin Masterson gave him tonight. 3 scoreless innings of relief with really a vicious sinker at times. As Drupal Cabrera leads off the ninth for the Tribe. And Fernando Rodney comes out firing a strike. Rodney, great fastball, but a paralyzing changeup. That's his bread and butter.
Again, last night he had trouble locating the fastball, but he comes out of the chute with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, strike 1.
Cabrera gets into one pretty well hit, deep right field. Thomas back. He leaps up, can't make the catch. Cabrera's going to roll to second. He'll keep going to third. He's going to get in there with a leadoff triple. As Drupal Cabrera almost jacked it out of here, instead it's off the wall, and Thomas couldn't recover in time to keep Cabrera from going all the way to third base. How do you like that?
Well, I'll tell you, he stayed back on the changeup, and he hit it a ton. Clete Thomas went back. He gave him a little swinging room. It was a nice attempt, and it was over to the left of his glove. He didn't really jump and have a good beat on it. I mean, he knew it was going to be up there off the wall. It missed by about 2 feet. But once it ricochets off, he gets into third base. There's the tying run, and the infield will be in.
Shin-Soo Choo, 1 for 3 tonight with a single as the batter. Looks at a fastball up high. Before that triple, as Dribble Cabrera had seen 10 pitches tonight, 9 of them were strikes. Some of them thanks to him swinging out of the strike zone, but up high 2-0, and Rodney may be a little bit rattled right now.
Well, leadoff triples with 1-run leads in the 9th inning will usually do that to you. I mean, because you have really got to work. That gets your manager stirring, your whole bench going crazy.
And remember, he's a perfect 21 out of 21
that's
in
exactly
save
right.
situations.
You remember now the Indians got Hoffman, who was 15 for 15 earlier in the year when Milwaukee came in. He blew his first save against the Tribe.
The 2-0. Fouled back. He had a good rip. Tigers infield. They're at the cut of the grass around the horn with the tying run 90 feet away. We played 13 innings last night. Choo trying at least to tie it up here in the bottom of the 9th. Looks at a strike, and the count evens at 2-2, and that one was 97. So Choo didn't want to swing at that pitch anyway.
That was a tough pitch.
Now he's got a battle. And on the 2-2, fights it off. So this big crowd has witnessed a well-pitched game really on both sides tonight. Even with some of the trouble that Jeremy Sowers got into in the 6th inning, he only gave up the 1 run. He got out of a couple of bases-loaded jams tonight. And Surrender just 2 runs in all. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He couldn't help himself. That changeup tough to lay off, especially with 2 strikes. So 1 away, and Johnny Peralta will be the batter.
Well, you want to get that run in so bad from third base. You swing at pitches, and this one just never gets there. It's that changeup. You can see Choo shaking his head, but remember, he leads this team in strikeouts. He is now at 104, make it 105.
Well, Johnny Peralta has been the Indians' best RBI man of late. His RBI earlier tonight gives him 15 in his last 10 games. Johnny has 18 hits in his last 44 at-bats. Four for 10 in the series. And he looks at a fastball strike. 7 strikes out of the 9 pitches for Fernando Rodney. Cabrera got him early in the count. Let's see if Peralta can do the same. Down low to even it up on a ball and a strike. Tying run at third here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And a 2-1 Tigers lead. And the 1-1 swung on and missed. And now Rodney has Peralta down on the count of ball and 2 strikes. Cabrera off at third. Crowd on the edge of their seats. 1-2 pitch. Broke his bat. Bloops it into left center field. It's dropping in a hurry. Granderson with a dive makes the catch. But Cabrera will tag and score, and we're tied at 2. A terrific catch by Curtis Granderson. But that enabled Cabrera to tag up and easily come home. 2-2 our score. It's the first blown save of the year for Fernando Rodney.
That's all you have to do. You put it in play. Peralta, good job to get it. He's driven in both the Indian runs today. This one on a sac fly. And he shattered his bat. I mean, he threw it in there. But Granderson, what a great play to make the catch. And that was a collision course, but he makes the catch. And Cabrera waited nicely at third, tags up. It is a 2-2 ball game.
Well, let's see if Travis Hafner can send everybody home happy here tonight. 2 down, bases empty. He's 1 for 3. Pop back. And Bart Swain with a catch. Nice grab. Bart Swain, Media Relations Director, hauls it in.
Go ahead, Bart. Show everybody. 1 out of 20.
That ball had a lot of hang time.
Yes, it did. That's okay. That's the ones you catch.
Hafner bounces one to
Extra
second.
innings.
Placido Polanco will throw him out. The Indians rally to tie it in the bottom of the ninth. And we've got extra innings for the second night in a row. Innings.
There's Pronk coming up and up into the booth, and who catches it? Look at Bart. He's up. Fair catch. Yes, it's good. Nice
look at him
play.
look right over
and he's
to
talking
us.
trash. Look at he's already talking trash.
That's terrible.
1 out of 20.
That's terrible.
Look at him. He's talking trash. 1 for 20.
He caught the ball and immediately looked to the camera.
He sure did.
Oh boy.
You think he's done that before?
Act like you've been there before.
He never has. That's why he's talking trash.
Here's Kerry Wood coming on to work the 10th. Cleet Thomas, who came in from Maglio Ordonez, leads things off for Detroit.
Well, a nice job by Justin Masterson, to keep 3 innings, 2 hits, and keep it right there. The offense was able to come back and put one on the board, and second straight night, extra innings. And Porcello, that guy's thinking, boy, I can't pitch any better than that. I can't get a win in that ball game, his longest of his career. But that's the amazing thing about baseball. Rodney comes in, and his first save of the year is blown.
Fouled back. Well, you look at back on that. He threw the fastball to Cabrera, then the changeup, and it looked, for him, it looked like a flat changeup.
Well,
one that
maybe
didn't have
Cabrera
much
was
movement.
looking on it. Sitting on it. It may have been flat, but you still got to hit it, and he hit it off the wall.
Almost hit it out of here.
Sometimes that's the toughest thing to do is sit on that one pitch and you hit it, or get it and you hit it. So Cabrera did a nice job.
There's Jared Washburn in the middle, newest member of the Detroit Tigers, coming over from the Seattle Mariners. Three-two pitch. Swung out and missed. He blew him away. Good fastball from Kerry Wood. One down here in the 10th.
There you go. He went right at him, didn't he? 97 miles an hour, and he throws it by him up top.
Ground ball in the hole.
This guy can hit, boy.
Third straight hit.
The harder you throw it, sometimes the better for him, huh? He gets straight up there, and he
Why is that? I've
he
heard
went
that
to right field, center field, and left field.
I've heard that about certain hitters. The harder you throw it, the better they like it.
He just gets geared up, and he's just a natural hitter, Matt. He's one of those guys that was born to hit. At his young age, he's like a Ramirez in those guys. He can just flat out hit.
Got those quick reactions.
And then when he wants to, he'll sit on a breaking ball and take you to right field. He's just he's a born hitter, man. He's fun to watch.
Going to get a pinch hitter here from Marcus Timms. It'll be Carlos Guillen. Guillen, who took Kerry Wood deep for a 2-run homer last night.
How about this for a matchup coming right back?
Fastball, strike one. And this is what we're referring to in last night's ball game.
Yes, sir. That tied the ball game up in the 9th inning. So now Kerry's got his chance to come back and get even.
Tonight it was the Indians who tied the game in the 9th. Now 2-2 here in the 10th. Miguel Cabrera, the runner at first, with one out. Just missed outside with it. Blooper towards short. Cabrera with a nice grab as he went up in the air to pull it down 2 away.
Timed that beautifully.
Looks like it's a tough one at times.
Well,
it was
it was
floating.
a hanger. It had a little humpback liner to it. Had a little air underneath, and it's almost like trying to hit a changeup. You're just not sure when to jump, and it's easy to jump too quickly. But he timed it beautifully, makes the catch. Those old style uniforms, they do something different, don't they?
Indians paying homage to the Cleveland Buckeyes. We had a Negro League throwback game in Detroit against the Tigers a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
In the dirt, gets away from Torregas, and down to second goes Cabrera. So a wild pitch and a runner scoring position with
that
two
was
out.
like that's a little, I don't want to say lazy, but he didn't move any body. Torregas, watch this. He should have at least put a body in front. Just went out there and tried to backhand it. His catchers, that go-ahead runs on base, you've got to put a body out there and shift. He didn't do it. And what happens? You put that go-ahead run into scoring position. Hopefully it doesn't hurt him.
Ryan Rayburn, the batter. And a breaking ball catches the inside corner. 1-1 to count. Rayburn has 2 singles on the evening. He's also lined out to second, and he popped up a bunt attempt early in the game. Back to the mound. Kerry Wood stabs it, flips it, and we'll go to the bottom of the 10th as the Tigers 0 for 12 in the series with a runner in scoring position and 2 out. And Ryan Perry will come on now for Detroit. We've seen everybody in their bullpen because we saw them all last night.
That's exactly right. They were out of pitchers. Perry coming on for the 31st time.
They used all 7 members of their bullpen in last night's game that went 13 innings. Ryan Perry an inning and a third last night. Struck out a batter, scoreless relief. Chris Jimenez looks at the ball up high. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Might have been ball 2, high fastball, but he tried to get on top of it, fouled it back 1-1. We'll have the Conrad's post-game show straight ahead as soon as we wrap things up here tonight. We needed 13 innings to decide a winner in last night's game. And who knows how long we'll be here this evening. Jimenez yanks one down the line. Foul ball. And so he's down to the count now, a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, you'll see it hook. Clearly foul. Yep. You know when the third baseman's not giving you body language that it's okay. Last night we had that shot and he was going to get foul, remember?
Brandon Inge, yeah.
Yes, sir. One player rooting one way, the other hoping the other.
Yep. Good pitch.
Yes, it was.
Dropped a slider on the outside corner. 1 down.
Good breaking ball. Right on the outside edge. He started and figured that ball's going to break out of the zone and went straight down, caught the corner of the plate. Strikeout number 1 for Perry.
And Jamie Carroll 0 for 3 will be the batter. He's twice grounded out, once flied out. And a fastball for strike 1.
This is, I mean, even though this is an extra inning game compared to last night, this game has been much neater because the pitching has been, much more aggressive, throwing strikes, making the guys put the ball in play. But last night, man on second base, nobody out, no bunt sign. He says, go ahead, move him over. Not only did he move him over, he got him in, and the Indians win it 6-5.
Breaking ball down low. Ryan Perry was a first-round pick of the Tigers just last year. 21st overall selection. And the way he's throwing.
Yeah,
mid-90s.
These Tigers, I'll tell you what, they're not afraid to bring up their young draftees, are they? You got the guy that started tonight. They did it with Verlander a few years ago.
Carroll with a base hit in the left field, and the winning run aboard here in the 10th. And that'll bring up Trevor Crowe.
That's the sixth hit. The only extra base hit in this ball game was the triple by Cabrera leading off the ninth inning. Yeah. Everything else out of the 13 hits in this game, they have all been singles.
Ball one down low. Trevor Crowe with a stare down at third base coach Joel Skinner. Jamie Carroll, the runner at first, held on by Miguel Cabrera. Bouncer by Inge at third into left field. Carroll will stop at second, and the Indians have 2 on with 1 out as Trevor Crowe picks up his first hit of the night. Nice job to just slap it past third baseman Brandon Inge.
And that's basically what he did. You just took a good sinker down. Now, Trevor Crowe's a good low ball hitter, but he just put that one on the ground. And how many times have we said it? When you put the ball in play, good things can happen.
Here comes Jim Leland. Not sure if they had somebody warming up or not. I think he just may be going out to talk.
Well, he's done that. He's been known to get his message across. He's going to talk to the guy himself. He's a young kid. He wants to relay his own message. And, this is the big out in the inning because he has 1 out. If you can get Terriagas right here, then, Grady being the next guy, you can maneuver a little bit.
Well, Wyatt Torregas will be the batter. Got his first major league hit in his first major league at bat in the 3rd inning. Wouldn't it be something if he could cap his major league debut with a game-winning hit?
Wow, that would be some kind of day. One that he would never forget.
He's got a chance with 2 on and 1 out. Bottom of the 10th. And it's up high, ball 1. The winning run at second base in the form of Jamie Carroll. A smart base runner. And the 1-0 pitch is a liner to short. It's caught, and just as I said that, Carroll gets doubled off. So the inning is over. 10 complete. Still tied at 2. Kerry Wood working a scoreless one-hit inning of relief with one strikeout. And we'll give way to Joe Smith. And Joe Smith last night worked 2/3 of a scoreless inning. He did allow one hit. He'll face the bottom third of the order. Brandon Inge, Dusty Ryan, Adam Everett. Here is the set by Joe Smith. And Inge looks at the ball down low. Tony Sipp beginning to loosen in the Indians bullpen. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Just missed with that pitch, in the count now 2-1. Also, Jose Veras up alongside Sipp. Brandon Inge up the middle, gets a base hit past Cabrera. So Inge, who had been struggling since the All-Star break, just his 8th hit in his last 47 at-bats since the break.
Well, he finds a way, doesn't he? That little sinker just didn't get in enough. It gets past Cabrera at short. 8 hits now for the Tigers, and they get their leadoff man aboard, and I'm sure certainly you're going to see a bunt unless we have a pinch hitter here.
And we will get Gerald Laird, the backup Tiger catcher. He'll pinch hit for Dusty Ryan. We'll see if indeed he is in there to bunt.
I think he had a sac bunt yesterday. Let me check. He did back in the 10th inning when the leadoff double came. He moved the runner from second to third, so he can bunt.
Bunts it up in the air. Peralta will throw him out at first, so the sacrifice completed. And now the go-ahead run into scoring position for Detroit.
Well, he was worried a little bit there, but Peralta, instead of letting that ball roll foul, he just picks up and says, I'll take the out. So there's nothing wrong with that. You take the out. It's a sacrifice 5-3. Now Detroit will get an opportunity, or 2 opportunities, to try and get him home.
Adam Everett, 0 for 3. He had a sacrifice fly that drove in the Tigers' first run of the game back in the 5th inning. Fouled back out of play. And then if Smith can get Everett, I know you would think Eric Wedge will go to Tony Sipp to face Curtis Granderson. But we shall see. In the air, pretty well hit. Deep center field. Grady going back, still back. Makes the catch on the warning track. Inge will tag and go to third, but now 2 are out. And now let's see what Eric Wedge decides to do with the left-handed hitting Granderson coming up. Granderson was getting a
well, you got to bring in Sipp. I mean, why else is he up?
Before he came
you got to go
to
get
home
him.
plate. And here comes Eric Wedge.
Yeah.
And we will have a pitching change. So a timeout here at Progressive Field with a runner at third and 2 down, tied at 2 here in the 11th. Third, 2 down. Tony Sipp coming on for the Tribe. He'll face Curtis Granderson. So it'll be the old lefty-lefty matchup right here.
That's why Sipp was up. You got to bring him on to face Granderson. It was Smith following Sipp in last night's ball game. Smith gave up the hit that scored a run for Sipp. But hopefully Tony Sipp is able to get this left-hander right here. The go-ahead run is on at third base. Brandon Inge singled to lead the inning off Smith. They sacrificed him to second. He was able to retire Everett as Inge tagged up and went to third base.
And it's a pretty safe bet that if Tony Sipp doesn't get Granderson, that it's a one-hit affair or one-at-bat affair for Sipp.
This is his man. This is what it's all about. Your matchup, your day.
Strike
Nice
to
pitch.
the outside corner. Jose Veras, right-hander up. And the Indians bullpen, but right now the game is Tony Sipp against Curtis Granderson. Tapper, foul, 0-2. Well, that's certainly a good sign for Tony Sipp to come out and go right at him and get ahead.
That's right.
Curtis Granderson, only a .179 batting average against left-handed pitching.
He did the exact opposite last year where he really worked hard and did well against lefties. I don't know what it is this year. High fastball? No.
Struck him out. He went fishing. Tony Sipp gets a big strikeout with the go-ahead run at third, and he ends up stranded. Bottom of the 11th coming up, tied at 2. Back here at Progressive Field, where we are still tied at 2, going to the bottom of the 11th inning. Gerald Laird stays in the game after pinch hitting. He'll catch, and the new pitcher is left-hander Bobby C. Bobby C for the 46th time this year, a win, 2 losses, ERA 3.31. C has worked 32 2/3 innings, 9 walks, 24 punch-outs. Only one player left on the Tiger bench now. That's Ramon Santiago. Bobby C is the third different reliever to work tonight for the Tigers.
Well, the game was so long last night. We started in July. It ended in August. So tonight we'll see. We may get a chance to see every one of their pitchers again. And all right, he got up after, kept the ball in front of him. Good play. Look at I didn't have a glove, he said.
Grady Sizemore walked and scored the Indians' first run in the first inning. Since then, 0 for 3. Trying to extend that success he's had against C here in the 11th. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Nothing in 2 to count. You've got Asdrubal Cabrera next, and then Shin-Soo Choo. and activity in the Detroit bullpen. Just missed outside. C wanted a strikeout.
Well, he was walking off the mound like he had one, wasn't he?
Sure was.
We'll get another look at it. He thought he might have had the crossfire and had it, but do you see where Laird brought that ball down? Tried to frame it for him a little bit.
And the 1-2. High pop, right field. Cleet Thomas coming in. One down. Let's go back to the STO studios once again for a Ford Sports Update with Al.
All right, guys, let's go back to Baltimore, where Victor Martinez here gets his first base hit as a Boston Red Sox and his first RBI as well. Put Boston ahead at the time 3-0 over the O's. It's now 4-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Victor, 1 for 5 tonight. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Al. Here is Asdrubal Cabrera. His triple is why we're still playing. He tripled to start the 9th and then came home on a broken bat sac fly by Johnny Peralta. It's called a strike, although Cabrera and everybody here thought it was low. Last night, Detroit used 15 players, or 19 players in the game. They've used 15 so far tonight. Cabrera yanks one toward the alley. Granderson will cut it off. And Asdrubal has a one-out single. So the winning run aboard here in the 11th for the Tribe.
Well, he went down and got that one, didn't he? Down and in. They were playing a little deeper. So Cabrera now 2 for 5.
So far in this series, Rick, each team is combined for, they've used 65 players total. Although the Indians haven't used anybody off the bench yet. Broken bat, liner caught, and Cabrera scampers back to first, 2 down.
Boy, did you see Bobby C out there just ducking? The barrel of that bat started to come in his direction and got all the way to second base. Watch it. Well, you're not going to see it on that angle, but the bat goes flying. Chu's got the. Watch his reaction. He's looking at the bat. He knew it was coming his way. You want to follow the baseball, but boy, you got to track that bat.
So 2 away. Johnny Peralta will be the batter, and Peralta has driven in both runs for the Indians tonight. He had an RBI single in the first and a sacrifice fly in the 9th. Cabrera, winning run at first base here in the 11th. And draws a throw. Johnny Peralta, 4 hits in the series so far. Lays off, close pitch, 1-0.
Well, Peralta is the guy tonight that has driven in both runs for the Indians. It was the RBI single back in the first. It was a sacrifice fly in the 9th. He has been the RBI guy for the Indians in the second half.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Peralta. And a liner to short on a couple of bounces. Everett kicks it, and everybody's safe. Oh, it looked like the Tigers were out of the inning, but Everett on the 2-hopper couldn't handle it.
Oh, boy, big break there. Second error of the night on the Tigers, and this will keep the inning going. It'll give the Indians one more shot or an extra out in this ball game. And he just booted it. And, you know, I will give him credit. After he booted it, he didn't try and rush it, pick it up, throw to first base. He tried to go to second base, but the hustle Cabrera, he beats it. Safe, so That'll give Travis Hafner a shot at winning this ball game.
Pronk steps to the plate with 1 hit and 4 trips. 2 for 8 in the series. Hafner grounded out to end the bottom of the 9th inning. But that was after the Indians had already tied it. Swung on and missed. Bobby C., 8 of his 10 pitches thrown have been strikes. As Drupal Cabrera, the winning run at second base with 2 down here in the 11th. Indians had 2 on in the 10th. The 0-1. Missed inside. In fact, in every team's at bat here in extra inning, they've had a chance with a runner in scoring position to drive in the go-ahead or potential winning run.
This one right here, the Tigers would hand it to him with the extra out. That error on Everett, who's a solid shortstop. You've got Hafner up. He could do some damage. And you're saying, if that shortstop, pick me up, Bobby. Come on.
Hafner trying to square one up here. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Talk about pitching inside. I mean, it's not hard necessarily, but it's down and in and good location.
The good location. He went after a ball right there, and you just need a single. You don't need a long ball here. You just need a base hit. And he's going to stay inside on him.
He wanted that ball away and missed all the way back in off the plate.
I think he tried to give him a little different arm angle there, Matt, and really got out of whack there, and he started it behind him. Watch how he comes out, and really tried to put a lot of spin on that ball and missed badly. If they wanted it away, that was not a good pitch.
He was really lucky he didn't hang that in the middle of the plate. If you're going to miss, I guess miss by a lot. Bobby C. not sure about what he wants to throw right here, and he's going to bring Laird out for a chat.
Well, you better get on the same page here. The game is on the line.
Bobby C. with Indians at first and second and 2 down on the bottom of the 11th, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Travis Hafner. Can the Indians win it with a walk-off hit for the second night in a row? We soon will find out. Swung on and missed. And we'll go to the 12th, still tied at 2. Score, 12th inning here at Progressive Field. New pitcher on for the Tribe is right-hander Jose Veras. Veras coming on for the 37th time this year. 4 wins, a loss, an ERA of 6.21. 37 and 2/3 innings, 21 walks, 25 strikeouts.
Went an inning in last night's game following Carmona. He pitched the 6th and had 2 punch-outs. Threw the ball very well. And a good job by Tony Sipp coming on to face one hitter. And did his job, got the strikeout. Indians had a chance in that inning, just couldn't do it.
Well, here in the 12th, Veras will face Placido Polanco, Clete Thomas, and Miguel Cabrera. And last night's ball game, Jose Veras worked the 6th inning, and he faced Marcus Timms, Brandon Inge, and Gerald Laird. So, Polanco is 1 for 5 on the night. He singled and scored what at the time was the go-ahead run in the 6th inning. Tigers have amassed their 2 runs on 8 hits tonight. The Indians, exactly the same, 2 runs on 8 hits. The one difference on the scoreboard, 2 errors for Detroit, and that one error in the 1st inning, while it didn't lead to an earned run, though, it could have changed the complexion of the inning, though.
Yeah. Well, both teams scored with a leadoff walk, their first run. And out of all the hits, there's only one extra base hit, and that's Cabrera's triple in the 9th inning. Other than that, out of the 16 hits, 15 of them are singles. Such a difference in what happened over on that West Coast trip. For the Indians, everything seemed to be home runs, extra base hits.
1-2 the count as Veras snapped off a pretty good breaking ball right there. 1 o'clock game tomorrow as the Indians and Tigers wrap this series up.
I think maybe a pretty good bet we'll go extra innings tomorrow, too.
Wooden Chase looking at tomorrow's 1 o'clock game. It'll be Carl Pavano against Armando Galarraga.
Pavano has beaten the Tigers twice this year. Won the very first game May 1st and back on July 11th.
Reminder, tomorrow's game will be seen on WKYC at 1 o'clock.
This will be the 3rd matchup for those 2 guys, Pavano and Galarraga.
Close pitch, didn't get the call. Full count. The 3-2. And the leadoff man aboard for the Tigers here in the 12th. It'll bring up Clete Thomas, who will bat for only the 2nd time tonight. He came on as a defensive replacement originally for Maglio Ordonez when the Tigers had a 2-1 lead. Struck out in his only at bat in the 10th inning. In on the grass at 3rd is Johnny Peralta. But Thomas isn't bunting. He's swinging for the fences.
Well, what happens here, I think, if you bunt and you move him to second base, then you take the bat out of Cabrera's hands, your best hitter. So he's saying, I'm not giving up and out. I'm going to go ahead. We're in the middle part of this lineup. And Clete Thomas, he can drive the ball the other way. He's got pretty good pop. He's just looking for a base hit, maybe to 1st and 3rd him.
1 ball, 1 strike. Throw to first. Back with a dive. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Nobody throwing in the Indians bullpen, and when you look back at last night's game, Tomooka pitched 4 innings, so you'd imagine you're going to stay away from him.
Yes, he's done.
That leaves Chris Perez and Jensen Lewis, who's already warmed up twice tonight.
Well, both these bullpens will be taxed by tomorrow. You know that. If they're not already.
Veras comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Trying to go the other way with it. Bounced it into the photo well, I think. Carmonia, don't use the bare hand. Justin Masterson worked 3 innings of relief, scoreless for the Indians in his Indians debut tonight.
Threw the ball very well.
Yeah, since then, Kerry Wood, Joe Smith, Tony Sipp have all combined for scoreless relief. Cleve Thomas able to lay off 2-2. Veras ready now. And a foul right back to the screen. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Go ahead run at first for Detroit here in the 12th.
Well, and remember at the start of the game how that flag was blowing out to right field?
Yeah.
It is just limp right now and
Dead
just
calm.
laying flat.
Full count.
Well, now you can start the runner. Get a head start. If, as we always say, if the manager feels he's going to put that ball in play. With the left-hander Thomas, I would think he could. But Veras is a strikeout guy.
Polanco takes off. 3-2 pitch. It's ball 4. So he's walked back-to-back hitters here in the 12th.
Yeah, that's the one thing. You want to make him at least swing the bat, even if he gets a base hit, because now you're dealing with trouble.
Indians bullpen about to get busy again. Jensen Lewis for the 3rd time tonight will warm it up.
Well, that is for 6th walk. But the back-to-back walks leading off the 12, not a good sign when you're in the middle part of that lineup. Out comes Carl Willis. I mean, what do you tell him? You've got their best hitter at the plate. He's singled his last 3 times up.
Well, it doesn't matter what part of the game you come in. If you're a relief pitcher, you can't come in and walk the first 2 guys you face. It doesn't matter. That's going to hurt you.
Well, and last night he was so sharp and crisp. He went a quick 1, 2, 3 in the 6th. Well, you hope that Cabrera can hit a ball at somebody. Jensen Lewis up for about the 3rd or 4th time tonight.
Miguel Cabrera has singled in his last 3 at-bats in this game. And if not for a terrific play by Asdrubal Cabrera in the 4th inning, he would have hits in 4 straight at-bats.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you better hope he hits one at somebody and you can turn it. Ooh, good slider right there.
Gets ahead of him with a first pitch strike. Veras with the 0-1. Right back to the screen. 0-2 the count.
There you go. I mean, he's ahead now. Now he's got something to deal with. Went fastball. Cabrera with a good cut. And look at him saying, boy, straight back. I had a pitch to hit.
Veras trying to put Cabrera away here. Get the first out in the inning. And he wouldn't chase after it. All 2 strikes. Carlos Guillen waiting on deck. Polanco the runner at second base. Cleet Thomas at first.
Got him.
Strike 3 called. He snapped off a dandy.
Yes, he did. I mean, to tell you. You see, Cabrera was looking really away where that slider was before, but he pretty much started this one at him, and it broke right into the zone and locked him up. Boy, what a great pitch. Look at, stopped. He sort of jelly-legged him, and he couldn't pull the trigger. Oh, boy, that was a big, big out right there for Veras and the Indians.
He knew it, too. So the one out, Carlos Guillen, another tough customer, especially in these situations. He lined out the short in his first at bat, and he came on to pinch hit for Marcus Timms. Popped him up. Should be playable. Johnny Peralta near the coach's box. 2 down.
Well, now Veras a chance to work his way out of it. And Leland and his staff saying, man, what do we have to do to get that one base hit? McClendon, his hitting coach over there.
Ryan Rayburn looks at a ball outside. Jose Veras has already made 20 pitches in the inning. 10 for balls, now 11 for strikes. 1-1 to count.
When this guy can throw strikes and is in the strike zone, he's got good stuff. I think every once in a while he just tries to overthrow a little too much and he gets a little out of his element. But boy, when he's got that ball around the strike zone, he has very good stuff.
The 1-1 pitch. A liner into right field, a base hit. Coming around third, Placido Polanco will score the go-ahead run. On his way to third goes Cleet Thomas.
Well, and there was the hit that Detroit was looking for. Pretty good approach there by Rayburn to put that ball into play. It was a two-seamer, and you could see the smiles. Now they finally got that RBI hit they needed. Upstairs a little bit. He just fought it off, went inside out with it. So Rayburn gives Detroit a 3-2 lead. Boy, had a chance to get out of it. He couldn't do it. In comes Polanco. And keep it right there. Oh, balk. He balked. He balked. Did you see him start? He gives him another run. He certainly did. He started up. He stopped. That was a balk, clearly.
Boy, that is an absolutely gift-wrap insurance run. 4-2
Well,
Tigers.
I saw him. He started and stopped, and you can't do that. I mean, you watch. I knew it was going to come. You'll see him, watch him start and stop. Yep, there it is. Hits the uniform, wiped off his hands, and 3 umpires saw it. I mean, it was plain as day.
1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Well, the walks that started the inning really destroyed Jose Veras here in the 12th.
Did a great job to 2 good hitters to get out of it, and then the Rayburn single. And you still wanted to keep it a 1-run ball game right there.
You get the toughest hitters in the lineup, Cabrera and Guillen, and then it's the guy you don't see coming, Ryan Rayburn, to get you. Two-one pitch. In for a strike, evens the count. And the 2-2 fouled away. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 12th. 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up for the Indians. Barris with the 2-2. Another full count. And this will be his 29th pitch of the inning. Payoff pitch. Yanked, foul.
Boy, you better keep that breaking ball out. It didn't fool him.
Varus looks in with a runner at second base and 2 down, and the 3-2 to Inge. Center field, Grady Sizemore. Bottom of the 12th coming up here in Cleveland. Tribe now down 4-2. Minor to try and close things out tonight. Zach Minor coming on for Detroit for the 30th time this year. He's got 5 wins, 1 loss, 56 innings of work, 29 walks, 42 strikeouts. So he'll face Chris Jimenez, Jamie Carroll, and then the switch hitting Trevor Crow, scheduled here in the 12th. Indians have Luis Valbuena from the left side on the bench, Martin Shopik from the right side. 4-2 Detroit. Jimenez 0 for 4 tonight. Takes the ball down low.
Yep.
A 1-0 delivery.
That's
2 balls and no
You
strikes.
got to make him get in the zone. You take one here, down 2 runs. You don't go up swinging. First 2 pitches out of the zone, you got to make him get into it. There you go.
2-1 delivery. Down low, 3 balls and a strike. I'm sure under normal circumstances in an extra inning game after he'd already used his closer, Jim Leyland's second choice would be Brandon Lyon, but he worked 3 innings in last night's game. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball to third. Inge with a nice stop and throws him out 1 down. Brandon Inge closed the hole.
Well, he's one of the best at it, in the business at third base. Good athlete. You got him, Longoria, and even Michael Young's having a great year at third. But I'll tell you what, this guy can pick it.
There's Jamie Carroll, 1 for 4, singled his last time up. Carroll was at second base in the 10th inning when Wyatt Torriegas, in a bid to try and win the game, hit a liner to short. Adam Everett caught it and then doubled up Carroll at second base after he had strayed too far. The Indians had a chance in the 11th inning, too. They had 2 on with 2 out, and then Travis Hafner struck out to end that chance. A ball and 2 strikes to count on Carroll. Detroit had a runner in scoring position in the 10th inning. Couldn't break through. They also had a runner in scoring position with 1 out in the 11th and did not score. But the back-to-back walks to open the 12th, that they took advantage of. One ball, 2 strikes to count on Jamie Carroll. 2 hits now in the series for him. And Trevor Crowe waits on deck. Two and 2. 10 pitches for Zach Miner, 5 for balls, 5 for strikes. Crowe will be next. All the way to the backstop it goes. Full count. Laird just didn't get the glove up quick enough on the high heat. So the payoff pitch. And a liner to right center field, a base hit for Jamie Carroll, and the Indians will bring the tying run to the plate here in the bottom of the 12th inning. And that batter will be Trevor Crowe. Trevor Crowe tonight is 1 for 4. And he's 4 for 10 in the series. And as Carroll does what he does best, just takes that ball and bangs it the other way. Zach Miner trying to close it out for Detroit. Trevor Crowe trying to keep the pressure on. And a swing and a miss. And he's got a line drive single into left center field. Carroll's going to hit second, go to third, ball gets by, goes to the fence. Carroll's going to come around third, get the stop sign there. Indians at second and third and 1 out. Back come the Indians as Trevor Crowe lines one into the alley. Rayburn tried to dive and stop it, couldn't get there. And so a double for Crowe as the Indians set up here in the bottom of the 12th to try and come back and tie it again.
Boy, he hit this ball very well. Ball down in the zone, gets past him. Out in left field. I thought right there, Granderson, good hustle. I thought that Jamie Carroll might have had a chance to score there. Although you can't take a chance. You cannot get thrown out. You got to be 100% sure. That's why Joel Skinner says, hold on. We've got the tying runs in scoring position. We'll have a couple chances.
Pitching coach Rick Knapp out to the mound to talk with Zach Miner. Wyatt Torregas, for the second time in this game, will have a chance to play a hero's role.
Well, it's funny because you go back into the 10th inning, it was Carroll and Crow that got the base hits. Now you're in the 12th, it's Carroll and Crow that have the base hits. It was the double play that got out of the inning in the 10th. So now another opportunity. And base hit, and we got a new ball game. Let's play all night.
That double by Crow, just the second extra base hit tonight for the Indians. The other one was the leadoff triple by Asdrubal Cabrera in the 9th that led to the tying run. Wyatt Torregas, 1 for 4 on the night. Swing and a foul tip. Grady Sizemore waits on deck. Outside, a ball and a strike. Carroll the runner at third. Crow the tying run at second base. Last of the 12th. Indians have now out-hit the Tigers 10-9. Minor taking a long time, now steps off. Zach Minor, 27-year-old right-hander, born in St. Louis, Missouri. Can't get on the same page with Gerald Laird. Minor originally came to the Tigers along with Ramon Colon in exchange for Kyle Farnsworth back on the trading deadline in 2005. And Minor is a guy who historically has made some starts and worked out of the bullpen for Detroit. In fact, he made 13 starts a year ago. But for the most part, has been a bullpen guy for the Tigers. Outside, 2-1. So Wyatt Torregas showing a keen eye at the plate here as Jim Leland nervously chomps away on the sunflower seeds. Two-one pitch. Shaved the outside corner, and it's 2-2. That's a big pitch in the at-bat. If that misses, then it's 3-1. And Torregas is sitting pretty. Now he's got to protect with 2 strikes. With Carroll at third and Crow at second. 1 out, last of the 12th. Just missed outside, full count.
Oh, baby.
Grady Sizemore. He'll be next. Question is, will he be up there with 2 outs? Or will he be up there with the bases loaded and only 1 out in the inning?
Or will he be up there in a tie game with a base hit?
The set, the payoff. Ground ball to second. This will get a run home. Torregas retired. It's a 4-3 game. Tying run 90 feet away. Wyatt Torregas and his first major league hit in his debut tonight, and now his first big league run batted in. And with 2 down, the Indians pin their hopes now on Grady Sizemore. Sizemore tonight 0 for 4. He walked and scored their first run way back in the first. What's left of this crowd of over 31,000 on its feet now. Grady pops it up. Shallow left. Out goes the shortstop Everett. And the Tigers escape with a victory. 4-3 the final score tonight as Zach Minor nails it down for the save. Bobby C. gets the win. The loss goes to Jose Veras. Detroit, their record goes to 54-48 now on the